What's up, guys? Mason the Rock Henderson here, and I just wanted to apologize. All you Sarri fans that were telling me how wrong I was, how sorry we need to trust him because he's a good manager and all this stuff. I'm so sorry. I did not realize what a gentleman he was. Gifting Everton a point away from home last or 2 weeks ago, and now gifting Tottenham 3 points to try to help them actually win something. I mean, he really is a nice guy. I should have known. I should have known that he wouldn't just be making these dumb decisions without a reason. So I apologize for all of the smack talk that I've been doing on Sorry. Clearly, he is just a guy about giving out points to the needy. And with that being said, joke done. Yeah, I'm not surprised, in all honesty. This has been coming for a while. We've managed to ride our luck in a few games. We've managed to get by in a couple games where we probably shouldn't have gotten by. This has been on the way. What it did show to me, though, was, yeah, there are a couple players that need to be moved on as well. So, let's talk about this. First of all, disclaimer, I did not watch the game. I saw the result before I got a chance to actually watch it because I had recorded it. So I'm just like, okay, so how bad was this? And after the first 5 minutes, I'm like, I can't watch this. It was just so bad. I mean, Tottenham were just absolutely destroying us. We could not get the ball out of our own half. Every time we tried to get it down there, guess what? Striker's nowhere to be found because he's garbage. They took it to us, and so after that point, I just kind of fast-forwarded, watched the goals, and that's about all I saw. So, with all that being said, I can't really do a usual review that I would do for a Chelsea game. So, basically, what this is going to be is me, first of all, talking about Sarri, because he royally screwed us over in this game. And then I'm going to talk about a few of the players that stood out, at least on the goals. And of course, there's at least one player that I know I can talk about because I hardly saw any chances from us in the first half. And the chances that I did see were created by Hazard. So Hazard is one player that I feel like I can say had a good game today because I saw us creating some chances and most of them were coming through him. Honestly, he probably should have won a penalty. So, yeah, it's kind of one of those things where, okay, I didn't see the game, but I did see enough to say Hazard looked like he was doing something positive, but didn't have help. So, let's talk about Sarri first of all, because, yeah, we go with the same exact lineup that he's been putting out for ever now. It's just same back line that is pretty weak defensively, at least on one side. And it's kind of funny because in my mind I'm thinking, okay, so we're really weak on the left side. And in the past few years, where Tottenham has really hurt us is coming down our left side. And so sure enough, that's first goal, free kick delivered in from that side. Second goal, not from that side, but third goal, yeah, takes down that side and then flies past everyone because we have a crap defense under Sarri. So, there's not much else I can say about the defense because I've talked about Alonso being weak defensively and David Luiz making mistakes, and the fact that you've got Azpilicueta and Rudiger who are the good defenders on the same side. I've talked about this before, and we haven't really been hurt by it in the past few games. Today, Tottenham took advantage of it, and they punished us for it. So, in the midfield, once again, Jorginho in the middle of the two with Conte, Kovacic, Barkley kind of being interchanged at the moment. I'm sorry, I don't care what people say. I don't care if Jorginho fits the system. Conte is the best defensive midfielder in the world. So there's no reason why he shouldn't be playing there. And Jorginho got burned today. He was embarrassed, at least on 2 occasions today. The first one being where he's completely pulled out of position. Kane has tons of space to run into that I guarantee you, if Conte were the defensive midfielder, either Kane would not have had the space or he would have won the ball back before Kane even had a chance to dribble. So, yeah. I mean, Jorginho has not really impressed me in the past few games. He's kind of dropped off since the beginning of the season. And it's kind of gone with our style, or not with the style, with the results and the performances as well. Beginning of the season, when Sarri first came in, it was like that burst of energy, and we were playing a lot of speed, a lot of intensity, and people were loving it. And I'm seeing these issues, but we're not being affected by it. And now, for the past few games, we've been affected by it. The problems with Sarri's system, the problems with the subs that he makes, the problems with the players that he's playing in certain positions. In a game like this, it shows. Jorginho, whenever we play the top teams, has not looked good. It's only when we play the lower teams and he has time to play and he doesn't really have to worry about the defensive side of things, then there's no problem. But when we're playing the top teams, we need somebody in there that can defend. He cannot. And it showed. It showed bad. So there's one problem that I can tell you for a fact that Sarri is not going to change because he's stubborn as hell. And then you look at the front three. Willian's not been playing well. Why is he still playing? Murata didn't do anything at all in the last game, and he played the full 90 minutes. He gave us nothing. He gave us jack shit. Why is he starting again today? Explain that to me. Especially after that miss he had for Spain. Explain that to me. Because you can't say anything. I don't care if he's seeing a psychiatrist. I don't care if he's so fragile mentally. So we bought a player who is mentally fragile for 50 million. We bought a whiny little baby that can't take the pressure for 50 million. We wasted money on somebody that can't take the pressure of professional. Are you serious? Giroud should be starting. Giroud should start every single game. Murata should be a bit part player at this point. I don't care if he had a good few games. He's not a player that's going to help us. The only games where he'll be useful is when we play teams with different style. In the Premier League, he's worthless. He's not doing anything. He's not doing anything to help us. I didn't even have to watch the game like on normal. I didn't have to watch it live. I didn't have to watch it without fast forwarding to know he wasn't doing anything. I guarantee you, once Giroud came on, we started it looked like we were mainly keeping it on their half of the field. Because he is a player that will help the team. Murata is a player who always looks out for himself. And that's so many issues with him. And he continues to play. And he continues to play. And Sarri sees no problem with this. So, as far as the starting lineup, a lot of problems. And as far as Sarri is concerned, there are a couple players that I will talk about as well that don't really have anything to do with Sarri. But as far as the players he's playing either out of position or he's starting over other players who deserve it more, Jorginho shouldn't be where he is. Murata and Willian should not be where they are. And Conte should be in his good position. Now let's talk about the subs, because when I saw the subs, I didn't know how to react, in all honesty. I was already so pissed that we had given up 3 goals the way we did, that we had gotten embarrassed as much as we had to that point. And so for the subs, I'm thinking, please at least just do something. Because you've got to do something different. You can't just be like, oh, we're down 3-0. Let's just make the same like-for-like subs. There's no way he could possibly be that stubborn. He kind of is. But in a weird way, the decision he made was even stranger than usual. Because most of the time it would just be, wing for wing, striker for striker, midfield for midfield, something along those lines. Today, it was wing for striker, midfield for midfield, striker for wing. So he still made the same subs, just out of order. But the weirdest thing about all of this is the very first 2 subs he makes is wing for striker. So we now have no striker on the field, and we're down 3-0. And he makes the Barkley for Kovacic switch again. Sorry, fans. This is where I'm asking you to explain to me why you trust this man. 3-0 down. Let's take off our striker and put on a wing player. I mean, it's almost like a comedy routine. It makes so little sense that it made me laugh. I was so pissed that we were playing so poorly, that we were getting dominated by Tottenham, our rivals, and then he makes that switch, and I actually started laughing because there was no other reaction to it. Because you're down a goal, let's bring on a wing for your striker. Let's take off a striker, so now you have no striker whatsoever. And for some reason, that's a good idea to him. Like, I don't know what was going through his mind. I don't know how that possibly makes sense, but it's so stupid that it made me laugh. So, at the very least, sorry fans, hey, I mean, at least it makes me laugh, right? I mean, it's more of a pitiful laugh because there's no other reaction to it, but I mean, you got that going for you, I guess. And what makes it even funnier, because when that switch happened, I'm thinking to myself, okay, is there just no Giroud on the bench? Like, because I didn't see the bench before I went into the game. So I'm like, okay, so is Giroud just not on the field at all? Like, what's going on? Why did he put Pedro on for Morata? Like, if Giroud comes on later, there's just absolutely no way that this makes any sense. Giroud comes on as the last sub with like 14 minutes left, and then on top of that scores a goal. And I'm just sitting here thinking, I don't understand. I really don't understand. Like, somebody please explain it to me. And that's the thing, like, the more I thought about it, the less pissed off I was because I was just so incredulous about the subs that he made. Because it literally made no sense whatsoever. And maybe I'm a little insane because I'm so pissed off, and maybe that's why I'm laughing at this whole situation. But I mean, think about it. You're down 2 goals, or 3 goals. So you take off your striker, so now you have no striker on the field. Then, after 14 minutes, or when 14 minutes is left in the game, then you put on your striker, your other striker. After you've already taken off one striker and been without one for like, what was it, 10, 15 minutes, something like that? Then you bring on your other striker, and on top of that, he scores a goal. And he almost always scores a goal when he comes off the bench. But you waited till there was 14 minutes left. Like, how does that make any sense? He has no time to change the game. He has no time to turn it around. I truly do not understand. If there are any Sarri fans left after this game, please explain to me what you could possibly see in him as a coach, because this is not the first time he's done this. This is just the first time we've lost and he's done this. So I truly don't get it. I don't get what goes through his mind. When we were facing Everton, and I'm sitting there thinking Giroud needs to come on, he's going to score us a goal to win the game, and he never comes on the field. At that point, I'm thinking, okay, Sarri must have lost his mind. Today, he obviously lost his mind. I'm just wondering how far gone he already was at this point. You know, because after the Everton game, he's gone. Today, he's been gone for a while. How long ago did he lose his mind? Because he must have lost it at some point. So yeah, I mean, the most I can talk about in this game is Sarri, because, let's face it, I didn't even have to watch the game. All you gotta look at is the players who played and the subs to know Sarri really done effed up today. So, yeah, that's about it for him. I realize this is probably going to be most of the video because, you know, like I said, the individuals mainly are going to come down to what I saw, you know, the goals. And so let's talk about the goals, and I guess at this point I'll bring up the players who are at fault and why this is frustrating to me. So first of all, I will say the first goal that they got, and then the fact that we didn't get a penalty, both unlucky for us, which we've been riding our luck all season with some of the missed chances, so it's not like I can get too pissed off that the referee missed both of these, because we've had a couple games where the referee missed one or two for us, and we've had a couple games where the other team missed one or two chances that we gave them. So the fact that today, the referee gives them a free kick out of absolutely nothing because Kane takes a dive and then it's perfect free kick position for Eriksen, and then the fact that he misses the penalty on Hazard, Foyt completely just doesn't even touch the ball, just takes him out, and he just like, oh no, I'm too old to see that. Yeah, Atkinson today, I didn't see any of the other decisions he made throughout the game, so if he made any others, let me know. But those two were definitely, they were bad decisions. And it can get kind of frustrating at that point. But let's talk about the fault on the goals. So first of all, the cross comes in, and Dele Alli is really the only one attacking it. That's a problem. And honestly, our set pieces this year have been awful. And I've talked about this before. Like, something about Sarri, I don't know if he just doesn't work on it, but attacking corners, we've not looked good. I think we've only scored 1 on corners this year, and normally at this point we have at least 4 or 5. And defensively, we have given up so many clear-cut opportunities from corners. That's never been a problem for us. We've never had a problem defending set pieces. And this one, nobody attacked it but Dele Alli. And then on top of that, let's talk about Kepa. Not just this goal, let's talk about the second goal too. Because I've talked about him before. 85 million we spent. He had better be one of the best keepers, world class, making saves that nobody else should make. Header comes right to him and he slaps at it and it goes right through his hands. Kane takes a shot from 30 or about 30, maybe 25 out, and doesn't even move. No deflection. It was through a little bit of bodies, but nothing he couldn't at least react to. And he's just stagnant. He's just standing watching it go in. And I'm just sitting here thinking, why did we spend that much money on him again? Because Courtois was leaving. We had to buy a keeper. We had to rush buy a keeper. We have keepers that are no. But we have to make a statement and buy a keeper now. We Claudio Bravo'd it, is what we did. We went out and got a keeper. It's like, okay, well, he can play with his feet, but he can't save anything with his hands. Watch the game today. It's awful. Those 2 goals never should be going in. I mean, those terrible. Like, the fact that we paid that much money for him and he has not done anything to justify that price tag pisses me off even more at our transfer team, that they would make such a stupid mistake. As far as the rest of the players involved on those goals, so obviously Jorginho is one that was clearly in fault for both the second and the third goal. The second one, just completely dragged out of position. Nobody's in the middle now. Kane just has a ton of space to run into. Obviously, that should still be a save because it's low and it's from 25 yards out, so you have plenty of time to get there. But it's still a problem that we don't have a midfielder pressing him in there because Jorginho's out of position. And if Conte were in that position, he would be the one pressing. But like I said, Sarri just doesn't want to change. So, and then on the third goal, Alonso's pulled out of position. Jorginho is too slow to keep up with Son. David Luiz puts in probably one of the most abysmal challenges I've seen all season. And even then, with him sort of slowing Son down a little bit, Jorginho still can't find the pace to get in front of him to try to block the shot and just lets him inside. And I'm just like watching this. We are god-awful defensively this year. Like, I thought this in the Arsenal game too, when we were giving up them all of those chances. We are terrible defensively under Sarri. And it shows in some of these games. It really, really shows. So, yeah, and the goal that we scored, good ball in from Azpilicueta. Giroud does well to attack it, so nice to at least get one back so it's a bit more respectable. But you still look at this game and, Tottenham dominated us. There's no other way to put it. We looked second best by a mile. And what are we supposed to be challenging for again this year? Challenging for the title? No. There's no way we're going to be anywhere near the title, because you look at last game against Everton, you look at this one, games like this where we need something to change. We need to do something different because either the other team has figured us out or the other team is just playing better than we are. We need to do something different and change things. Sarri's not going to do it. maybe this is the kick in the ass he needs to sort of be like, oh, maybe I need to change a little bit. Maybe I need to adapt to what games need. But he's had a few chances this year. You look at the West Ham game where he could have made some changes. You look at the, the Man U game, I think, where he could have made some changes. You look at the Everton game last week or 2 weeks ago, could have made some changes. This one, prime example. You need goals. You need to score. You need to have 2 strikers on. Let's go with no strikers. This is a smart solution. Not much else I can say, honestly. I'm really tired, so maybe that has something to do with why I'm not as pissed about this. But it's honestly just kind of like I've seen this coming a mile away. I've talked about it. I've talked about the issues. I've talked about what needs to change. I've talked about the issues with Sarri. All of this is stuff I have discussed this season. And nothing has changed. And now today we face Tottenham, who are a better team, who are a smarter team, and they found our little holes. They exploited them, and then we had no solution because Sarri doesn't know how to change a game. So, yeah, that's about it. I could go on and on about how much this is frustrating and how much this is just going to set us back. But let's be honest. I mean, this is not anything new. It's just the first time that we've actually lost because of it. So, yeah. That's it for me, so let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. What were your thoughts on this game? Let me know. We can talk about and discuss all that good stuff. Leave a like and subscribe for future Chelsea reviews, and I'll see you guys in the next game. Peace out.